Okay, I think I can just move this bar over here. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my first live webinar. I am nervous, but I'm super excited too. And I think that's what generates a lot of the nerves, is when you have something really exciting that you're sharing and talking about, and something I'm super passionate about. So I'm really grateful for you taking the time to show up. I know you're busy. Your time is so valuable to me. So I'm going to keep the webinar within an hour. And if for some reason you have to go, don't worry about it. There is going to be a replay mailed out to whoever is on or whoever signed up, because there were some people that could not make it live, and you will have it then. However, I am offering a special on the webinar at the end. So if you stick around, you're going to get access to that special, and that special will sell out. I am fairly confident in that. Okay, so you're here to learn about or experience the 5 secrets to creating and sustaining your own self-healing routine without having to sit still for hours, so that you don't quit after the first week. Again, my name is Sue Kreitz, and I'm going to share with you a couple things. There's lots of wording on these first 2 slides because I knew I'd be nervous and I didn't want to forget what I had to say. So it gets better from here on. So you are in the perfect place, and I'm going to share with you today what is required to establish and maintain a successful self-healing practice. And this is super important, right? Because it affects your mental, physical, and emotional health. So we need to take care of ourselves, and without our physical and mental health, what do we have? Nothing. This is super, super important. And I'm going to make you an offer for something that I've created that is unique, super cool, and the very first of its kind. And you will get to experience what I'm offering on this webinar. And I'm going to be honest and tell you that is not super easy to implement a successful self-care routine. It's hard. But I'm going to show you what it would take for you to do it with the best chances for your success. So simply learning a technique is not enough. It's more than that. And maybe you've taken courses before or learned techniques or other modalities and maybe never implemented them, or you started off strong and then, kind of didn't get motivated to keep up with it. I've done that. We've all done that. So I've kind of come up with a way that I think will facilitate implementation and consistency. So again, as I said, it's important, if you can, to stay till the end of the webinar, because if you stay to the end, you're going to learn about a bonus that I'm offering. So this is for you if you're interested or curious about self-healing and how you would implement self-healing into your life, but have no idea what to do or even what you want to implement. Or maybe you have a self-healing practice, but you're struggling with consistency. And you have all these excuses every day. I know that I'm a master of excuses, so I have totally been there. And perhaps you're absolutely done with taking courses, signing up for challenges, spending more money, believing in miracle solutions, and trying just that one more thing that you think might stick. And maybe you'd like to boost your energy levels and your body's self-healing capabilities. Maybe you would like relief from anxiety, depression, chronic pain, or stress. Or you would like to feel peace, happiness, and tranquility consistently. Or maybe you're interested in learning a simple and effective self-healing technique. So I'm going to share that with you today. Why should you listen to me? There's lots of words on this slide. Just be prepared. I am a holistic healer. I'm also a holistic nutritionist, and I'm an instructor of meditation and Qigong. I have over 15 years experience. I primarily work with women and a few men who are struggling with maybe their health or emotions, or they want to feel better. And I just sort of shine a light on their lives so they can see things more clearly. So they do all the work, I just facilitate. And I use a combination of intuition and some proven techniques that I've learned to help them find happiness, health, energy, meaning, and purpose. And a lot of it are things that I'm just facilitating in them. I've helped thousands of people with their healing journey, including helping to develop a lot of really useful self-healing and self-care practices. I just shared some at a retreat on the weekend, and people were really excited about that. I've published in a couple places, Huffington Post and Elephant Journal. And I'm a certified Spring Force Qigong instructor and master healer, and one of 4 in Canada. And I have attained the highest training available under my Qigong master, Master Chun Yilin. And I have led Qigong classes for over 6 years in my local community of Athabasca, which is in Alberta, Canada. Okay, so enough about me. What do my clients say? This is Shelley. I approached Sue when I was feeling very anxious and defeated with a chronic medical condition. After applying the techniques Sue taught me during our sessions, my anxiety and feelings of helplessness diminished. I looked forward to our weekly conversations, which always left me feeling positive and confident. The techniques I learned reduced my anxiety, induced calm, and brought about awareness, taking me back to the moment, which helped control my racing thoughts. I cannot express my gratitude enough and highly recommend working with Sue. That's lovely, Shelley. This is Kathy. After taking classes from Sue, I experienced overall improved physical health. I was able to drastically decrease the use of my asthmatic medications. I felt more oxygen was getting to my cells. Another benefit was an increase in my spiritual awareness. I love taking classes with her. And Gina, after 2 sessions with Sue, I have steadily shown improvement in my overall sense of well-being and an increased energy. I'm waking up less in the night and my menopause symptoms are virtually gone. Woohoo! I feel truly supported physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally on my journey for optimal health. Awesome. And lastly, Dion. I came to class after forcing myself. I hadn't even been to the grocery store for weeks, and I had been suffering with severe headaches and neck pain. After 1 class, I shopped, I called my mom, and I felt like $1,000,000. I can't even explain the change. It was huge. I have been feeling great the entire week, and I have started to use the breathing when feeling overwhelmed again. Thanks for sharing what you have learned so that others can heal. So that was after 1 class. That was Dion's experience she shared with me. She emailed me to tell me that. Okay, so let's focus on the secrets to self-healing. So self-healing, what is it? What is self-healing? We are all energy beings, and everything is made of energy. So Eastern and ancient models are really just based on this philosophy of energy. It's not new. It is proven, and we know the laws of science state that energy cannot be created or transformed, just created or destroyed, but transformed. So when we think about our bodies, when we injure ourselves, like when we get a wound, our bodies heal themselves. They know what to do when we have a cut. And it's like a fine orchestra that kicks in to send what we need to the area that needs support. So our bodies have this amazing self-healing ability. So there are simple ways that we can tune into our energy and guide the flow. And when we think about stress, stress is something we all experience. You know, I would ask any one of you, is there something that do you worry about something? Of course, we all do, because we're human. It's how we handle that. It's how we handle the stresses that come into our lives that is really a determinant of our health, physical, mental, psychological. So stress can create a huge barrier to health and happiness. And I'm sure you've all experienced that. Our body, mind, and emotions are inseparable, and they play, each of them, a key role in our wellness. And stress is a factor in 80% of all illnesses. 80%. So that's huge. So we know that the precursor to most disease is actually starts in the emotions. So that is very preventable. And we can do things to handle our stress, to feel good on all levels. We don't have to carry it. We don't have to get sick because of stress. There's things that we can do to help our bodies deal with it in a balanced and healthy way. So I want to just share with you a little bit about how I've worked with clients in the past. So I used to have an in-person practice in Athabasca, as a holistic nutritionist, and I didn't do a lot of energy work then when I first started. I hadn't learned it. But I primarily worked with diet and supplements with my clients. So someone would come to see me and maybe their digestion wasn't great, or their emotions weren't great, or they wanted to lose some weight, or a combination of all those things, or maybe they were diagnosed with an illness and they were wanting to seek out alternative methods to support their healing. So I would work with them over time, and I could usually help with the digestion pretty quickly, a little bit with the emotions. I could work with the diet. I could lose a little bit of weight if that's what they needed, but they had to take supplements and remedies, and again, work a lot with their diet. So I did a lot of homeopathy. So I would work with the liver and the kidneys, and I find that really was super beneficial in getting healing going in people. And then over time, because that's a lot of change. That might have taken a few months just to get that change, and a lot of dollars, I will say. And then over time, when they've kind of got that under control, I could add a little bit more. Like I couldn't add everything at once. Then I would have them do something like exercise or change a little bit of their lifestyle, or so then we would get more changes. They start feeling better. See how she has a little bit of a smile now? And then over time, once they kind of got that under control, over time, again, many months, sometimes we're talking years here, they would start to feel really good. But that is when I was able to introduce things that affected their emotions more directly, like meditation, Qigong, whatever it might be. And what would happen was they would make huge changes. Like they would change the thing that was really the root cause of everything. And that might be maybe they had to move to a different city, or maybe they had to quit their job or leave a relationship. But whatever it was like this big thing that finally they had clarity on, and then they could do it. So, wow, awesome, right? But super expensive and takes a lot of time. So it's not super accessible to everybody. Now I do it a little differently. I closed my in-person practice a couple years ago. Just followed my gut. I figured I just want to work with people by distance, and I want to work a little differently. Less with the physical body, like less with directly working with diet and supplements, and more with working with energy, emotions, and incorporating other practices. So same thing. They come to me for whatever reason it might be. And if I could get in their minds a little bit, give them a couple of exercises, do some energy healing, they would start to feel better so much faster. And that allowed them to make a lot of other changes on their own. Their diet would get better automatically. They would lose weight. Their digestion would improve. All these things started to happen when I gave them a couple of these exercises to do from the start. And then I would add a little bit more. Maybe I could get them outside every day, whatever it might be. But boom, she got to the same result so much faster, so much less expenses were outlaid for this healing to happen. So she was empowered. She had the tools. I just showed her a couple things to do and she did them. So this I find so exciting and rewarding when people can actually take a self-care practice and use it regularly and consistently, and they get great results. So think of, the cost savings, but also the empowerment that you feel. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I just want to tell you we'll just go over a few self-healing techniques. So when I talk about self-healing, what is that? It's healing yourself. And we have these different levels, right? We have physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So we can find techniques that might work on any one of those levels. So say we change our diet, or we do some exercise, or we get a really good sleep. Of course, that's going to help us physically, mentally. Maybe we do some other practices like Tai Chi or yoga. Those things might help us on some of those levels as well. Same with meditation. That's going to help us mentally and spiritually, and other techniques maybe that you've learned. But I would argue that those techniques do not help on the deep, deep levels that we really need to get the self-healing that's required to be balanced in all these 3 areas. So is there one technique that can help heal on all levels? What if one type of practice could help you experience more energy, less pain, boosted immunity, more happiness, joy, and contentment? Wouldn't you want to know about it? Yay! The simplest, most effective, and efficient self-healing practice supporting healing on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is Qigong. It is the best healing technique that I have found. Everybody is different, and you may have a path that you're on that is working for you, and that is so awesome. But I'm going to share with you a little bit more about this practice because it has worked for me. It has transformed my life and many, many lives of my clients and thousands of other lives also. So I want to share with you a little bit about the origin and the background of Qigong, and maybe just why the form that I've chosen seems to fit for me. And then we'll talk about the elements of a successful practice. Okay, I'm just going to go to the chat because I see, I think I have a little message here. So just 1 second. Oh, someone says they can't hear the audio. I don't know why. Everyone else, I think, can hear the audio. Maybe your computer is muted. So check your computer and see if it's muted. Can everyone else hear me okay? Audio is fine, okay. So yeah, I think your computer might be muted because that's all I can understand. Your microphone should be muted because that's your sound coming out, but I think it's your computer speakers that might be muted. Okay, so I think that was Natalie. Natalie, were you able to get it? Okay, so I'm sorry, Natalie, I think it's your computer because everyone else seems to be good. And what I'll do is, I'm sorry about that, but what I'll do is in the recording, I hope the recording is working. In the recording, the sound should be fine. I've got my technology guides with me here today. I called them in, so we should be good. Okay, so any other questions or anything I need to hear about right now? Well, I've got the chat box open and then I'll close it again. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to close that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Qigong. So it's pronounced, as you've heard me say a few times already, Qi-gong. And Qi equals energy and Gong is to cultivate or work with. So Qigong is really about cultivating energy. So when we talk about Qigong movements versus meditation, so Qigong is a form of meditation, but what makes it unique, and this is like super cool and super important, what makes it unique is that, you know, when we meditate, when we sit still, we get amazing benefits. It opens up our spiritual connection and it helps us mentally. But what meditation does not take into account, traditional forms of meditation, is the physical body. And the philosophy behind Qigong is that if your physical body is not well, so if you have pain or high blood pressure, arthritis, or a tumor or a cyst or a diagnosis, you know, you are distracted by that. And same if your mind is not well also. It's a distraction for you. And it should be, because you want to feel better. We all do. So if your physical body is not well, it's really difficult for you to move through the world and be the fullest expression of yourself. It's hard for you to share your gifts. It's hard for you to be, you know, completely happy on all levels because there's this distraction. So the philosophy behind Qigong is these slow movements actually help heal the physical body so that we can be the fullest expression of ourselves. So we can move through this world feel freely and fully and share our gifts to the best of our ability. So the physical body is just as important as all these other aspects in health and healing and spirituality. So how cool is that? And I just love that about Qigong, how the physical body is so important. So Qigong is like meditation without sitting still. It's slow movement. It aligns the body, mind, and spirit and balances it. And as I said, the physical body is just as important. And it's like acupuncture without the needles. So you are the healer. You have the power to do this. You are moving energy throughout the same channels that those acupuncture needles would be placed. So it's so holistic. It's body, mind, and spirit. And you have the power to do it. Okay, so a little bit about Qigong. Its roots come from ancient China. That's where it was first originated. So, and over 5,000 years ago. I mean, this is not new. There's thousands of different forms of Qigong in China also. So as I said, it's a slow moving meditation. So those slow movements activate parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems in our body when we combine that with our breath and moving slowly. And it does amazing things when you move slowly and mindfully. It's really powerful. In doing these slow movements, you're removing the blockages to restore the flow of energy. Qigong is not based on religion. If you are a religious person, Qigong is a wonderful accompaniment to you and your life because it may even deepen your religious connection. But it is not based on any religion. It is based on energy. It is based on the science of energy. So it's not super woo-woo. Not that religion is by any means, but you know, sometimes when people hear about meditation, they kind of roll their eyes, but this is really based on science. And it facilitates healing on all levels, which is so beautiful. The other thing that's so awesome is anyone can do it. Anyone. So if you have physical limitations, you can still do Qigong. You don't need to stand up. You can be seated or lying down. You can visualize you're doing the movements. It's accessible to anyone, and kids even. A lot of teachers are teaching it in schools. Maybe not calling it Qigong so much because there's a lot of politics around that, but just teaching the kids some breathing exercises to help them with stress and some movements. My kids have, you know, they love the breathing. It helps them in stressful situations. And yeah, we have lots of inside jokes about all that. And you don't have to sit still, right? So maybe you've tried to meditate before and you're just, you can't sit still. Your mind just starts to go. I would be, you know, when I first started to try different forms of meditation, I would sit down and I'd be like, oh, I forgot to put the clothes in the dryer. Or, oh, darn, I'm supposed to pay that bill today. Or, oh, that clock is so loud, I'm going to have to go turn it off. So I'd find all these distractions. My body wanted some movement. It just felt better to me. So it was easier to move than to sit still. Okay, and for the science folks in the crowd, me being one of them, there are proven benefits of Qigong. There have been a lot of studies that have done, more and more are coming out, but they have proven a lot. So, and one is for sure in the relief of chronic pain, blood pressure reduction, increase in bone density, improved balance and coordination. How awesome is that as you're growing older? Reduction in anxiety and depression. And this is really, really significant. I don't know if you've ever suffered from either of these, but to get some relief in these areas can be completely life-altering. Reduce stress levels, improve sleep, reduced emotional distress. So it's just amazing. I'm going to share a few more benefits later as well. So there are many different forms of Qigong. Many, and as I said before, all over. And of all the different forms that originate, they can be very complicated. So there can be a series of movements. They can be very specific and precise. You have to follow a master for most of these forms so that you are getting it right. And that leaves the student dependent on the master also. And as I said, they are very complicated. So for you to go off and practice on your own can be a challenge because of the complexities of the movements. The form of Qigong that I practice is Spring Forest Qigong. And I'll tell you why, what makes it different. It is founded and created by Master Chani Lin. So this is Chani here with me in this photo. He lives in Minnesota, but he is from China. He's a Qigong master from China. And he has studied and created this amazing form of Qigong that is so simple. So it's not complicated. It does not leave the student dependent on the master. You learn it and you can take it with you. In the movements he's created, you can get more benefits in less time than many other traditional forms. It is super simple, but very powerful. There are between 5 and 8 movements you can practice. It is a form of medical Qigong. So what that means is that it is self-healing. So it's working on healing the body in a holistic way. And Master Lin's vision is a healer in every family in a world without pain and suffering. So he really believes, and I do too, that once you learn this, you can share it so easily with other people. And it's so simple that if you just share 1 or 2 little things with them, it really can help alleviate pain and suffering. So it's got these huge ripple effects also. I'm very grateful to Master Lin that I found Master Lin and that he created this and that he's dedicated his life to sharing Spring Forest Qigong with the Western world. Okay, so Spring Forest Qigong, really then, through simple movements, breathing, focus, concentration, and eventually visualization, you can help to remove blockages. And I say eventually because sometimes visualization is a little more challenging to get at the very start. So if, I tell you to visualize something in your body, or that can sometimes be hard, but that does not mean that this is not working. It's like a muscle you need to flex, and over time the visualization will come. When I started, I didn't quite get a lot of the visualization in the practice, but it came to me over time. So it's still working, no matter whether we can visualize it or not. And under Spring Forest Qigong, there is some work that's been done too, and you can find some of this on the Spring Forest Qigong website. And we hand out this information when we teach levels 1 and 2 usually. So utilizing Spring Forest Qigong as a self-directed treatment for chronic pain and emotional distress. And what this study found was a significant decrease in the perception of physical pain and emotional distress. And also there was a lot of symptom variables that improved, such as sleep, concentration, decision-making, appetite, loss of interest improved in the majority of subjects. So a lot of these anecdotal things, this is sort of what my practice group friends find too. It's really hard to put pinpoint the exact one thing, because all these other things start to happen as you practice, which makes it super hard to quantify, right? From a scientific perspective, really hard to pull out and separate all these things. And another study, a preliminary study applying Spring Forest Qigong to depression as an alternative and complementary treatment. So here they found significant improvement in all subjects. And this is the first study to apply Qigong as a curative in depression. And they got significant results over 2 months. So it's pretty short term to get a significant improvement in depression. And then the other cool thing that this researcher pointed out was that the subjects actually learned a technique which gives them a lifetime modality for dealing with stress and the negative effects of depression. So they are empowered to, as it says here, mobilize their own healing potential, and it was very cost effective. So this is really important too. But I would always say but you have to practice it, right? If you have it, that's awesome. If you learn it, great, but you need to use it. So I want to just share with you how it works briefly without going into too much detail with any of this. So we have energy channels in our body, and those are called meridians. And a little tidbit too, now this is ancient. So in ancient China, they've known about this forever. This is the foundation of Chinese medicine, is the meridians. The same with acupuncture. But in the West, they just recently proved that meridians exist. So that really validates it here for a lot of us. Okay, so this life force, which is chi energy, runs through and animates the body, ensuring we can move, breathe, digest food, think, and even feel. So this is our life force. This is our energy. And disease is believed to be a blockage in the energy flow of these channels. So looking at this, river tributary system here. So if you could see, like, imagine just a log right here, a blockage right here. So you're going to have upstream, you're going to have flooding all through this area. And downstream, you're going to have drought, right? It's going to be deprived of this water. That is exactly how it works in the body. So if you, okay, well, the other thing is, say this log is here and we have drought down here. Look at all the other areas down here that drought is going to affect. It's not just this one channel. It's this entire thing. And same with upstream. Everything gets affected, not just here, above and below. And that is exactly what's happening in the channels in your body. If you have a blockage somewhere, it can eventually create a symptom. So maybe the symptom is the flooding over here. Maybe that is a headache. Or a drought down here. Maybe that's knee pain. That doesn't mean that is where the root cause is, right? The root cause is here. Maybe that's your liver. So the idea with this is it affects everything when there's a blockage. So when we look at these meridians a little more closely, we all have 12 main energy channels. We're all the same that way. And what causes blockages? There's a variety of things, but blockages can be caused by emotions, the weather and the seasons, nutrition, medication, and supplementation. So maybe you're taking the wrong supplements, or maybe there's side effects from your medication. Accidents and the environment, so pollution or Wi-Fi or whatever it might be in your environment. So whatever it is, but we do know emotions cause, I would say, even higher than 90% of the blockages that we experience. So most of our problems start in our minds. But if we look at these meridian channels here, and I know many of you on the webinar have taken level 1 before, so you probably are familiar with some of this information. But I just want you to let's just look at, so here's the meridians here, and then let's just look at the gallbladder meridian. So it starts right here beside the eye, and it goes all through the head, down through the side, towards the breast, the chest there, a little bit into the back, right through the hip, all the way down through the knee, and all the way down to the toe. Okay, so if you have a headache, look at all the channels here of this gallbladder. Not just the gallbladder, look at all the colors in the head. It's not an aspirin deficiency. I'm pretty sure of that. It's likely a blockage in one of these meridian channels. But when you look at this length of this channel, so here's my example with the sore knee, or some hip pain, or maybe some back pain. Wow, that could all be related to the gallbladder meridian. So where the symptom shows up may not be where the challenge is, if that makes sense. Let's look at another one, stomach. So starting at below the eyes, and again swirling up into the head here, coming down through the throat, collarbones, through the chest, the breast, through the stomach, of course, down through the hip area, the knee, and coming right out the toe. So again, look at how big this meridian is. We can have a symptom anywhere along here, and that could actually be related to the stomach channel. So I also want you to note how many channels, they all start or end in the hands or the feet. So our hands and feet are so important. So many go through the shoulders and the hips. So yeah, it's just so amazing how this works. But really, when you think of how this energy flows and going back to the rivers, you can understand a little bit more about why maybe you might have discomfort in a certain area. So spring, oh, there's someone squiggling again. Quit playing. Quit playing. I'm going to erase your squiggles. Wow, isn't that cool? Okay, so the components of Spring Forest Qigong are visualization, breath, gentle movements, and sound. Now we're gonna experience these three. I'm not gonna do sound today, but we're gonna experience these three. Are you ready to try it? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the chat. Can you hear me okay? Is everything okay? Good, good, good. Someone give me a good in the chat. Yes, okay, everything's good. Okay, are you excited? There's a delay, so I'm just waiting for someone to say, yes, I am excited. All right, okay, Jenna said it. Yes, okay. Okay, I am too. So you're gonna try it. So what I want you to do is turn off any little distractions you might be getting on maybe devices or any pings of a Facebook notification or a text message or an email coming in. Just turn it all off. Humor me, and let's just try it. You can do it standing or seated. I would like it if you can stand, if you're comfortable standing. If you're not, don't worry about it. It's all good. But I'm going to tell you that you're not going to feel the benefits unless you do it. So just do it with me. We're just going to do it for a couple of minutes. Okay, so the first one I want you to do is we're going to do breath and visualization. So what I want you to do is just drop your shoulders. Put a little smile on your face. And I want you to send your breath gently and deeply into your body. So not forcing a really extreme breathing pattern, but just breathing deeply with a gentle smile. And if you're standing, have your feet hip width apart, your knees slightly bent, your spine is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, and you have a gentle smile. Okay, and if you can have your hands kind of like I do in this photo, just a little bit away from your body, fingers open a bit. And I want you to visualize, if you can, that you have a light in your belly, in your navel area. And if you can't see that light is there, don't worry about it. Just say in your mind, oh, I have a beautiful light shining in behind my navel. Gentle smile, breathing deeply. Okay, and what I want you to do is when you inhale, don't worry about my hands there, just keep your hands at your sides. When you inhale, I want you to visualize you're breathing in through your skin. So pure light, pure healing, unconditional loving energy is coming in through every pore of your skin, and it's collecting with that light in your lower dantian. Sorry, in your belly. Don't worry about the terminology. Collecting with that light in your belly. So breathing in through every cell. Your skin is such a huge organ. And just visualize you're breathing in through it. Every cell is inhaling and bringing more light to your belly. And as you exhale, again, just keep your hands at your sides. Just visualize whatever you don't need is transforming into smoke and coming out of your skin and going back to the universe. So you're just letting go of what you don't need. You're transforming it. So when I say what you don't need, that could mean illness and feelings of anxiety or depression or fear, a pain, a diagnosis, a cold, a sore toe, whatever it is. Just see it transform into smoke and go back to the universe. And then you don't think about it anymore. You're just going to let it go. So this is a basic breathing in through your skin, beautiful universal energy, and transforming whatever you don't need and seeing it come out, letting go, sending it back to the universe. And just do that for a few breaths. And feel how good you feel. And that feels so wonderful. And now I'm going to have you do a movement. So you can put your right hand up in front of your upper chest and your left hand in front of your lower dantian. Your belly. Sorry, I don't want you to think about that. Just say belly. And here, just follow me as I do this movement. So the right hand moves out and down, and the left hand moves in and up. The left hand's coming right up in front of your face. as it comes out and down, and the right hand comes in and up. So you're doing a really big ellipse, and the top hand always moves away from your body, away from your face, and the bottom hand moves in and up. So just do this with that little smile you had, this beautiful light in your belly, and just do this movement and feel what this feels like in your body. Feels really good. Okay, you can just settle your hands down in front of your belly. We're going to move into another one. So with your hands in front of your belly, this is breathing of the universe. I want you to inhale as you expand your hands, bending your knees, and exhale, straightening your knees, and you're collecting energy with your hands. And then return to the expanding energy and collecting energy. Gentle smile. If it hurts you to bend your knees, don't bend them. Wonderful. And just feel what this feels like in your body. And do one more. And then you can just gently rub your hands together, palm to palm. And then just massage your face, just rubbing up the bridge of your nose, palms over your eyes, and down to your chin again. And you can have a seat. So how did that feel? I'm going to open the chat box. I'd like to hear from you. How did that feel to you? It's hard for you to go from feeling really good to figuring out how to type in a chat box. I know that from experience, but I'd like to get some feedback from you. You know, I'm showing you this image of serenity because that's what I'm imagining. It feels so serene. That's how it feels for me. And when you're doing that movement, you are actually, if you recall that meridian, you're actually, I'm loving the comments. I'm proud of you too, Mia. Yeah, I love that. Bringing in hope. That was wonderful, soothing, very calming. Yeah, Vicky, lovely, calming. So everyone feels it differently, right? But it's that feeling that's present. Yeah, and you may not be completely relaxed when you're doing it on video for sure, but just to get a little taste for what it is. What you're doing then is you're opening up all your channels along the torso. You're opening up the liver channel, the spine. It's so healing, so healing. So thank you for trying that with me and for sharing your experience. So know that you feel good, but in that feeling good, you have done a lot. You are bringing in that beautiful energy from the universe, and it's really supporting you and healing your body. So it's got all these other effects that are happening that you don't feel. You just feel good in the moment. So just share with you a little bit about my experience. I'm running a little bit behind. I'm going to speed up a bit because I took longer on that because it felt so good. But pre-Qi, I'll say pre-Qigong for me, I had some joint pain, allergies, congestion, mood swings, anxiety. I had some perfectionist issues. I had lack of direction or purpose and some stress. And then when I started practicing Qigong, I don't know the day any of this happened, just over time. My congestion went away. I had nighttime congestion every night. It cleared up. My joint pain went away. I had way more happiness and gratitude in my life. I listened to my intuition and worked towards creating a simpler, more peaceful life that I really love. My life became much more easeful. I felt more purpose to my life, and stress became much more manageable. I was able to put things in perspective. Even planning this webinar. Just kidding. Some of you know that I was freaking out, but I had Qigong as a tool to calm me down. I did some before I came on today so that I could be present and not in a too nervous of a state. So it's really brought me a lot of benefits. Okay, when does Qigong not work? When you don't do it. So you have to do it. So many of you have taken classes and you know what to do. But it's hard, right? Like it's just, we get busy. So 5 secrets to a successful self-healing routine. Ready? Here they are. 1, find the right practice, the right modality for you. Something that's going to be easy for you to get to, easy for you to do and learn and understand. So the easier it is for you to do it, the more likely you're going to do it. And maybe you feel a resonance with something really deeply. Maybe it's not Qigong. That's totally fine. But you need to find a match for what works for you and how you feel the best when you do it. For me, it is Qigong. And it took me a long time to find the right modality. And I did try other forms of Qigong before I found Spring Forest. Secondly, you need to find the right teacher or instructor. Okay, so there's me. I'm pretty good. But maybe you don't resonate with me. That's totally fine too. But find someone that you do resonate with, that you really feel has a lot to offer you, that you like their style, you find them easy to work with or learn from. That is important to find that match. And it's not easy either. And also someone accessible. When I first started, I learned from Manira, my dear friend in Calgary, taught me, but when I got further on my training, I learned from Master Lin, and it was really difficult to access him. He's super busy. So I was looking for support at that time as well. The other thing, the third secret, is commitment and focus. So commitment, this comes from you. So what does that mean? You need to commit to the adequate resources. You need to find the time. Maybe you have to invest in something, or maybe you need to get the right technology or equipment to make that work. You also have to have willpower and dedication, and you need to decide that maybe you want something different for yourself in this life. So it's a commitment, right? It's like, yeah, I want to do something for myself. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to it. But the idea is you're going to have, ideally, the other 4 secrets in place to help you with that. The fourth secret is consistency. What you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. We've all started and stopped. We've all done that. But I suggest we work on setting you up for success. And that can come in the form of reminders, paying to do something, that often helps, getting out your gear or your mat or whatever it is and leaving it visible so you trip over it if you don't use it, or get out the door to wherever you're going. But we know consistent action creates consistent results. So consistency is really the key, right? As I said that earlier, if you learn something, that's awesome. But if you don't practice it, it's not going to work. Consistency is important. If you practice it once in a while, that's nice. If you practice it more frequently, that's better. You're going to get results directly correlated to the effort you put in terms of consistency. And the last secret to a successful self-healing routine is support and community. This is what I'm most excited about. Having accountability to a group of people or somebody else, being able to ask questions and have them answered, having an interaction, creating friendships, having a dynamic community to be with, having some fun, making it stimulating, lots of variety, and a lot of encouraging support. That is a really important key to a successful self-healing routine. Okay, here we go. Ready? Imagine if there was a program that could provide you with all these things and you didn't even have to leave your home. Isn't this fascinating? This is my pitch, you guys. Just bear with me. Let me ask you this. If there was a way to get relief from stress, pain, anxiety, and gain balance, energy, and happiness without paying tons of money, moving to Bali, We're learning something complicated so that you can feel confident about taking care of your health, even if you have tried and failed a million times before. Would you take it? Because now you can. Da, 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 da. Introducing. I'm so excited, you guys. I have to calm down. Energy in Motion, your weekly online Qigong community for peace, balance, and bliss. A monthly membership community where we can collectively grow and support one another as we meet weekly and share this wonderful self-healing practice. This is the first ever live online Qigong community. I looked, I could not find one. There's a lot of pre-recorded courses you can take, or you can sign up for a community, but the practice is on your own or a recorded video. This is live. Okay, so here is my self-healing success system that I just outlined for you, right? So you have a modality. For me, and hopefully for some of you, it's Qigong. You have a teacher, me, a teacher who's accessible, me. You have commitment, you got to commit. You have consistency, that is you too, but it's also all of us helping you. And you have community. So I'm creating a community with this. And look, there you are, all happy and healthy and smiling, and your heart is open, and you don't look like you're in any pain, and life seems to be so easy for you. What it is, it's a monthly membership subscription. We meet weekly and practice Qigong together, live stream over Zoom, just like this, only I'll let you see me. And we're going to have a private members area that you can log into, where I'm going to upload a whole bunch of really cool support videos and files for you. And we're going to have a secret Facebook community called the Qi Gang. How do you like that? Why? So that you can gain energy and heal, so you can feel supported and confident, and you can balance your energy with the season. So I'm really passionate about energy of the seasons, and those of you that have worked with me before know that. I really like teaching that, and I think that it's really cool if you can align your practice with that, and it helps you be balanced with what's going on around you. So I really can't help but incorporate that as we go through. And then you're not going to get bored. It's going to be different practices each week, and you're going to have access to me. So again, recall the benefits of Qigong: relief of pain, blood pressure reduction, increase in bone density, improved balance and coordination, reduction in anxiety and depression, reduced stress levels, improved sleep, reduced emotional distress, feel energized and balanced. Okay, let me just hear from you in the chat. Are you excited? Do you like that? Is it exciting for you as it is for me? I'll give you a second to answer. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. Yeah, I know you want to know more. You want to know when? That's all coming. Awesome. Okay, so people are interested and you want to know a little bit more. I'm so excited. This is so exciting. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you when it's all going to be. Okay, here we go. I'll finish. I want you to be excited. Look, there you are. Woohoo. Okay, now this is fun. This is fun. Imagine stepping into a beautiful sanctuary once a week where your energy flows smoothly and harmoniously, creating peace and tranquility in your mind, body, and emotions. Imagine having a safe and supportive community where there are others like you, where you don't have to think about what to do or what you need, but are guided by a wonderful healing practice that is just right. Imagine stepping out of that sanctuary and having that feeling with you all week, knowing you have the support of others and have taken the time to connect to your higher self and the universe. This wonderful energy activates your wisdom, guiding you in making good decisions. It radiates outward from your body, creating a wonderful ripple effect that benefits your home, your workplace, your family, and everyone you come in contact with. No more wondering how to care for your mind and body. You are supported. Come inside. So, just this little bit here, how it radiates out. That is also the amazing thing of a regular practice. it radiates out and causes huge ripple effects to other people in your life. When I first started, and I practiced as consistently, not, it wasn't every day and maybe it wasn't every week, but it was new to me. But I noticed all these other things, like my husband was nicer and my kids were nicer and everything was nicer. And it really had this, I was changing, my heart was opening, but everything around me benefited from this change, right? So it's got this really powerful ripple effect where you can really help others in your life too. Okay, I want to share with you some bonuses first. Bonus number 1, I'm also going to offer a seasonal recipe each month to the members area because I am a nutritionist and I love eating with the season. So every month, that means 12 recipes a year will be added. Bonus number 2, I'm going to allow the recordings to be downloaded. So what that means is every practice will be recorded and every recording will be emailed to you and you can download it. So I know there's people that have limited internet or are traveling or whatever it might be, and they want to practice when it works for them. So you'll be able to download the practices and use them over and over again if you like. And bonus 3, I'm going to focus on, this is exciting, monthly chi themes based on member requests. So if you are suffering from something or you want to know more on how to support yourself in a certain area, say, you have high blood pressure, or say you've got a diagnosis about a certain condition, maybe you have cancer, or you've got arthritis, or you have depression or anxiety, or whatever it might be, you're going to let me know what you would like covered in the themes, and we're going to build the theme based on the year. And each month we will address that theme, and I will share with you some exercises and a few other things that can support you with what you're going through. So that's really cool too. And then those things will be, we'll be collecting those, and so the information will be in the members area, so you can have it all together in one area. And I also have a fast action bonus. The first 25 people who register are going to gain special VIP status. What does that mean? They're going to get 2 bonuses. 1, a guided 30-minute healing meditation that I have created. It is lovely and beautiful with soothing music, and you can download it. Number 2, you're going to get a special VIP subscription rate that's going to last you for the first 6 months minimum. And I'm going to treat you really special. I'm going to give you stuff. I'm going to love you. I'm going to be so happy that you trusted me. So the first 25 people will get that status, and I'll share with you more. It's coming. Okay, regular Qigong classes. If you went to a class, they generally range in price between $10 and $25 per class, with $20 being the most common. So it would cost you about $80 per month. Here in Athabasca, my practice is a little bit cheaper. I only charge $15 just because I'm in a very small town. And so it costs them $60 per month. But that does not include any videos, recipes, the Qigong, VIP status, members area, all that, that's a lot of support. And my sessions only run between 6 and 12 weeks. And then, I go away, say on a holiday. But you guys would come with me. Isn't that fun? The good news is I'm not going to charge you $80 per month. In fact, I'm not even going to charge you half of that. And I'm still going to give you 10 times more value, more impact, and more results. But there is a catch. I can only guarantee this price within the next 14 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the doors on December 5th, and then I'll open them again in the spring. I'm not sure when exactly, February or March. And I'm going to offer a low introductory price as an opportunity for you to test the membership with me, because there's going to be some growing pains. So I'm offering a good deal to start with. So right now you can subscribe to Energy in Motion for the low introductory price of $7. $7 for the first month, and then $29 per month after that. You can cancel at any time, and you can register at qigongfromhome.com. You get lifetime access to all the resources in the members area. So that includes recipes, recordings, instructional videos, access to the Qigong community, and that all opens and starts December 5th. Okay, so you would register now. December 5th, the doors are going to open. So I'm going to accept registrations until that date, and then the members area and the group will get going. So the first 25 get this change here. They get $7 for the first month, and then they only pay $19 per month for the first 6 months. So they're saving $10 a month. After that, it would go up to $29. And then the first 25 get the VIP status, as I said. So the bonus meditation, and then the $19 per month. And they're going to be really special to me forever. Okay, so a little more details. We get weekly classes all year. One of the classes, they're going to be Tuesdays at noon. Now, I don't want you going, oh man, that doesn't work for me. Because you know what? It doesn't matter when the classes are. You will get the recording, and you will also get the collective energy of the group benefits no matter when it is. Once you're part of the community, your energy is there. You benefit from the practice, whether you're live or not live. There's going to be outdoor classes on nice days. So you saw some of the scenery behind some of the things I showed you. I live in paradise, in heaven. So I will record outside or live stream outside when I can, because that's, really lovely. There's birds and all kinds of stuff happening here. I won't do it in the winter. And the recordings are going to be emailed to you, likely the very same day as the practice happened. You will get it. The teachings are going to be in alignment with the season. The recipe of the season is going to be added monthly. There'll be a Qigong secret Facebook group that will start on December 5th. I might start it sooner if I can get that going. And the theme months are going to be based on members' requests. I believe this is priceless wisdom you're going to have access to each week. Testimonials. I attend Sue's Qigong classes because I really enjoy the wisdom she shares with us each week. I find lessons in the wisdom that apply to my own life. It helps me so much. That's faith. And then one more. We are so fortunate to have an instructor of Sue's caliber in our community. She can go anywhere and teach, and she chooses to be here. This is Marilyn, who's been with me since I started. And I love it here. I love offering Qigong in my community, but I want to offer it on a larger scale. I want more of a community myself to support others and my students that have started and not followed up with it. I did create Morning Mojo. Many of you already have purchased that. And that is a 10-minute practice. But the live community, I believe, is where the benefits are really going to be. So I'm going to answer some questions in a sec. If all this program did was help you sleep better, or if it got you relief from chronic pain, or alleviated your night sweats, or brought you more peace, would you agree that $29 is a tiny price to pay? It's insignificant. It works out to less than $1 per day. And the first month is $7. So that first month starts on December 5th when the doors open. That's your first month. You'll pay now the $7, but you get your subscription will be $7 for that trial period. So now you really only have 3 options. You can decide to do nothing and keep running after other programs or routines, hoping they will help you crack the self-healing code. Or you can try to go it on your own, practicing without support or accountability and missing out on the valuable group energy, which makes our healing experience even more effective. Or you can enjoy everything included in the Energy in Motion program and what it gets you, and you will be supported, accountable, and consistent without struggling to develop your own practice alone so that you can have the peace, balance, and bliss you crave in as little as just 1 month. The choice is yours. Okay, so here's more of the details I already said. Cart closes and opens December 5th. Doors open maybe in the spring. The first 25 will get the bonus. It will sell out. The 25 people will sell out. There was a 77, I think, that registered for the webinar, so there will be replay. You can cancel at any time. The 7-month trial is only allowed for the first month, so it's just allowed once. And quarterly and annual subscriptions may become available in 2018. I'm not sure. I have to figure that out, so there would be discounted there. I will be in the Facebook group daily for interaction and support. The classes will again be Tuesdays at noon Mountain Time. They will be streamed over a Zoom conference. In the event that I can't make a class, say the internet goes down or something happens, I'll make a recording for you and send it to you. But I'm not worried about that. Your success will be dependent on your commitment. And self-healing has never been so easy. I think I've addressed the 5 pillars. So I'm going to look at the questions now. There's a few questions. Yes, Jenna. Qigong can absolutely help physical issues that are already there. Of course. That is what self-healing is about to me. So if you have a physical issue and you practice Qigong, it will help you. So this is what happened to me. I had really bad hip bursitis. I couldn't find relief no matter what I did. Acupuncture, massage. I did that active tissue release with this chiropractor guy that made me cry each time. But Qigong is what did it. So I've got tons and tons of people that have got physical issues that have gotten really, really great benefits. Mia says, heck yeah. Your website won't expect my registry. Oh my gosh. Okay. It should accept your registration, Paul. I'll look into it. Rafa, good job. He's on 37 of 100 days. Lovely. What's the link again to register? So if you go to qigongfromhome.com, I'm going to type it in here. If you have problems registering, let me know. And you can just send me an email. And it's awesome. So even if you're on 37 of 100 days, Rafa, this program is going to help you. So you seem to be very self-motivated, so you're probably good with that. But it is really lovely to have community and support as you're going through your own practice. That is something I really wish that I'd had. Paul, I got you. Paul, if you send me an email, I will fix that up for you. Okay, any other questions? I'm just checking here. The weekly classes will be at the same time each week. And again, they'll be recorded. So if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. You'll still get the benefits from the group. And that's what's so wonderful. And as I said, as what I really want to do with the first 25 members is have a little bit of feedback from you, because I'd like to know how long do you want the practice to be? I have an idea, but I'd like to hear from you. So I'm going to create a few polls. I'm going to poll people to see what they all would like. I want this to be interactive. I've never done this before. I have some ideas of what I like to create, but I would like to hear from you too. So that was really the idea behind the 25 people, because I wanted them to be with me to make this something that makes you happy, makes you feel good. So I want to get feedback as we go through it. So I really see this as a nice opportunity for a group of us to move through this process together. Hopefully there will be limited technological kinks. Today worked out okay. And we can have an interactive community. And that's really about the Facebook group too, for interaction. We really want interaction in there. So that really helps build energy. It helps people feel motivated. And oh, I forgot, sorry, the link didn't work. Thanks, Karen. It's qigongfromhome.com. I just put Qigong from. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, so it's qigongfromhome.com. I can't talk and type and think at the same time. I think that should be it. qigongfromhome.com. That should work. So yeah, and so I really hope if you have any questions, I'll wait for a little bit more. I am just so excited. Okay, yay, Sarah said she signed up. It's working. Yay, thanks, Sarah. I'm so happy. Bev, you should have got a confirmation email. And if not, check your spam. And I will go in when I'm done here to make sure I can kind of see what's happening from my end too. If sometimes, I don't know if you're paying by PayPal or Stripe, sometimes it might take a moment for those things to show that you're activated. But yay, Mia's in. You guys, I'm so happy. This is a passion of mine. I have been so excited to create this. I have been working night and day for months. I have faced my fears. I don't know what it is, but I am just so thrilled to do this. Andrea, you're techno-challenged. How do I do an easy read? You don't have to Google. You just click on the link. So I'll put it in again, www.qigong from, I can't even see, I'm all excited. I have to do my breathing. Qigongfromhome.com. So Andrea, if you just click on that, it should take you to the registration page. Linda's having trouble getting to the site. Okay, Julie, no worries. I got you. I got you. Okay, it did not ask for payment. It should ask for payment. Linda, I got you too. Thanks, Lynn. She said, woo, this is awesome. It's so easy to enroll. Thank you, Sue. I love to hear that. I knew there'd be a few problems, but you guys, yeah, I'll hold your spot if you're having trouble. Don't worry about it. Just send me an email or whatever. And thank you guys so much for trusting me. This is going to be so fun. I'm so excited. I'm going to Mexico in February, and yeah, like I'm hoping to get some Qigong going on the beach. I got to check out the Wi-Fi, but for sure I can do it from my place, but I want to do it. I'm hoping to see if I can get something going on the beach. But anyway, that's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun. So, okay. So yeah, you have to scroll to the very bottom of the page to get the link. There's no code. I have no coupon code, so just ignore that. But if you get to the sales page, which is the qigongfromhome.com, you have to scroll to the very bottom. And Charlene, if you paid in US via PayPal, it'll convert to Canadian for you. So really, it's like half price for you. That's a no-brainer. I'm just kidding. It is so much cheaper at the exchange. So you will be paying in Canadian funds. And if it doesn't come out that way, I'll fix that for you. Yeah. It won't open right now. Please send me an email. Okay, so I will send you an email. And if you were on my wait list, so some of you saw this page before and have helped me with it, thank you. And I have made changes to it, so it might look different than when you saw it before. And yeah, Paul, no worries. And so there's some changes, but it before that button said, yes, put me on the list for when this becomes available. So what I did was I created a list, and I can't remember how many people are on that list, but I sent you all an email 15 minutes before their webinar started and gave you a link, a VIP link to register. So you should have gotten that, and that is a place to click on your email. So if you signed up as yes, I'm interested beforehand, then you would have gotten that link, and then that's you can click on to register, because I would reserve a spot for you because you said, yeah, Sue, I want what you got. Okay, so I think you guys don't worry. Yeah, so I'm going to send, if you registered for the, okay, so you do better let me know, Andrea. I'm assuming I have your email. Okay, yeah. So there's just a few people that are having a few problems. That's okay. So I will send out the link in another email right away. And I will reserve, whoever was on the webinar live, I'll reserve you a spot if you are interested in signing up. So, okay. So I haven't really heard anything from anybody in the last 2 minutes. Bev, okay. Kayla's in, okay. Thanks, Karen, thanks. Thank you. I don't know, Kate, but make sure you send me an email. You guys, send me an email if you didn't get in and you think you did. Thanks. I'm excited too, you guys. You know what? I really honor your time. Thanks for trusting in me. I hope you enjoyed the webinar and you got some value from it. And that was really fun. So yeah, I'm excited, you guys. Yay. Thanks for the energy coming back. So have a super great day. And I'm glad it worked, Jenna. Thanks, guys. And I will be in touch. You'll get an email from me. I'm going to love you up. I'm just so happy. And this is going to be so fun. And we're going to create something really great. And it's you guys that are going to create it. So that is excited. And Charlene, no worries. We will talk over email. And okay, thanks everyone. I love you all. I'm going to end the webinar now. And feel that beautiful chi running through your body. You learned 2 movements today if you didn't already know them. And if you did those for a couple minutes a day, you are going to get some great, great, great benefits. So carry on, everyone. And I love you all and enjoy this beautiful day. Take care. Goodbye. I don't know how to end the video, but yay, Linda. How do I end it, you guys? Oh, I stopped my share. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll stop the recording. Okay, I figured it out. Stop.